You can do it. You can definitely do it. If I can, after all those years, you certainly can. And it was a thing that I thought I enjoyed. People used to say, do you want to give up smoking? Like, oh, no, I enjoy it too much. And then changing your mindset, you realise you weren't enjoying it at all.
Hi everyone, this is Nasya Davos and welcome to this episode of Ask an Ex. Every Ask an Ex episode features an inspiring ex-smoker who succeeded with the CBQ method and who shares their personal experience and unique perspective on quitting smoking. The ex I have with me today joined our CBQ program and quit smoking after 45 years for 1.5 packs a day, and she's here to tell you how she did it. Please welcome Pauline Westfield. Hi Pauline, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Nassia. Lovely to see you.
So you have been a non-smoker since the 13th of September 2019.
Yes.
Huge congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
So you smoked for 45 years. How did you start smoking?
Just everybody else did in those days. All your peers at school or college, and you start with a few and then it creeps up and up and up.
And why did you want to quit?
I wasn't wholeheartedly into quitting, not for health. I was moving home and I didn't want the decorations to be covered in nicotine after a year, like I'd been having for all the time I owned a house, and it was a nice newish bungalow. So that was my main reason. But I wasn't 100% determined when I started your program. I didn't think, oh, this is it. I've not even tried before to stop.
Oh, wow. So that was the first time you tried?
Yes.
And you did it. And wow, so you were not all in at the beginning. What changed as you went along the way?
I think it was doing the course. I think the advantage was I don't own a printer. So I did everything written out by hand, all the worksheets and everything. And I religiously did the homework written out by hand, which took extra time. So that helped. And by day 7 or 8, I couldn't wait for the day 10. I didn't have to repeat any days. I just couldn't wait for day 10. I really couldn't. And I think it was all the advantages and disadvantages. My mum, bless her soul, had died the previous year, and she always wanted me to stop smoking. And I was so proud. That was one of the things I wrote, how pleased and proud she would be for me. And of course, at the end, you do a promise where you say, I'm never going to have a cigarette again. If I make a promise, I don't. So I think if you do the homework, that's the secret.
And that's amazing. And it's great that you had your mom in mind. She would definitely be so proud. And so which part of the program, and if you remember, because it's been a while, which part of the program helped you the most?
I think just doing it the day by day. I did it at the same time every day. About 6 o'clock in the evening, I started, did my homework, which took a good hour and things. And I think it was the advantages. What's the advantages to me of quitting smoking? And I thought, I'll never fill this. I can't think of a thing to write. Well, next thing I knew, I'd got a page and a half handwritten of about 30 points. I've still got all my paperwork, and I've carried it with me through yet another move, and thinking in case I need to look at it, but I haven't needed to look at it again.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And was there anything worrying you before you started quitting smoking?
Snoozle, sorry.
That's okay.
No, nothing worrying me at all. I had the bigger worries once I'd got moved, because the sale of my old house fell through. So that was a stress. But I never thought of buying or picking up a cigarette. Put her off a minute. And then blow me down, I got to my next move, a bungalow, and the next door neighbours had 2 big Alsatians that they insisted on walking about without a lead, and they started attacking in my garden, my chihuahuas, who you can hear. So that was another stress. So I moved again, but I never thought of buying cigarettes or anything. What I did on the last day was give to my friend everything. I put this volume, all my cigarettes, I gave them away, had nothing in the house, and I certainly been out spending more money.
That's it. That was a good move. And was there any special way you smoked your last cigarette?
Yes, well, my daughter-in-law or my ex-daughter-in-law was supposed to be coming round, and then she couldn't make it at the last minute because her daughter was poorly off school, and but I'd set a time and everything, so I sat in the garden and had my last cigarette. And I tried to smoke it whole. I had about 2 puffs, put it out with great ceremony, got up and did the dance, and that was it. So I still made a thing of it.
Great, great, great. And so how was the withdrawal? Because you were smoking for a long time. How did you experience the withdrawal?
It's hardly at all. It was amazing, really. I'm sure that nicotine, well, as you said, it goes out quickly, doesn't it? And what I did, it was the hand problem, of course, finding something to do with your hands. In the daytime, I was fine. I could take these little girls out for the walks, and I never smoked walking or in the street. And it was mostly the evening where I virtually chain smoked. And so I took up, first I did crochet, but it hurt my thumb. And then I did knitting, and I'm not much of a knitter. So the girls have, I knitted 1,000 scarves, and the girls have now got ever so many little coats. And I still do the occasional knitting, but not because I need something to do with my hands. I'm quite happy just sitting without. But it's that hand thing is the worst, more than the addiction to nicotine.
Yes, yes. But you found many ways to keep your hands busy, and now you don't even need it anymore, right?
Now, no, not at all.
Wow. And how do you manage stress as a non-smoker? Because you said you moved, and I know moving, it's quite stressful. So how did you manage stress in this?
Well, I think it was better being a non-smoker because I remember you saying smoking really causes stress, and it really does, because you have a cigarette, put it out, then all the time you're thinking, when can I have my next one? Where will I go have my next one? Or on a journey, how will I fit in one? Oh, I shall have to go out for one. And you worry all the time about the flipping cigarettes. So it was less stressful. I could deal with everything better. I honestly could.
That's actually very inspiring and helpful, because definitely smoking increases stress, but so many, like we've all smoked to cope with stress. So it's great to see that you were actually able to cope better without it.
Yes, it's fun to come to join us.
So cute, so cute. And how has quitting smoking changed your life?
Oh, it's wonderful, really. You've got a lot more time. As I say, you're not thinking all the time, oh, I must go have a cigarette, and a lot more social where I live now. It's a retirement park, and I don't know. I don't think I've met anybody that smokes. And of course, with the lockdown, I'm not able to meet them for coffee, but we go out walking. I'm in a bubble with another friend walking, and I'm not having to think all the time, oh, I must go sit down somewhere and have a cigarette separate from her or anything like that. So it's really nice. And you can go for it. Well, eventually you can go for a coffee when we can, and not think, oh, but how will I have a cigarette all the time? I used to be worrying, how will I have a cigarette all the time? It's lovely not to have to.
Yeah, so much mental freedom as well, right?
Yeah,
Great. And throughout the quit smoking process, what did you learn about yourself? What did quitting smoking teach you?
that I am worth something. I'm not just somebody that needs to be addicted to a little stick. I am worth something a lot more than that. And I mean, it's all thanks to you, but I am proud of myself as well.
You should be. You should be. Because the program is a tool, but you made it happen. And
Thank you.
like you said, you did all the exercises, you spent time on the exercises. So definitely, definitely a huge achievement.
Thank you.
And at the beginning, did you have any cravings? How did you cope with those? How long did they last? Do you remember how you experienced those?
No, because when I was cutting down, I sort of, laid out why I suddenly wanted one, like you say in your homework. So by the time I'd written all that down, well, I'd gone off the idea of having one after about 3 or 4 days. So I could wait another hour. And then I thought, oh, I think I want one now. So I wrote down why. And again, that passed, so that really helped. And when I had finished the cigarette and you wrote down how did you feel and that sort of thing after it, and nearly all the time was more stressed. When can I have the next one? And things like that. And did you enjoy it? No. And what were you thinking when you had it? Well, this is a horrible thing to be wasting time on.
Mm.
So that really helped, that diary of that.
So this helped you change your thinking and really be more mindful of how you really feel when you
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah.
And after you quit, when you said when you had the craving, you were writing down what you were experiencing with the craving,
Yes.
and that helped you.
Yes.
That's great advice. That's great advice. And what advice would you give to someone who doesn't believe they can quit smoking, or they don't feel very motivated to quit smoking?
I don't know if you have to believe, as long as you do that homework religiously. I think that's the secret. If you do that homework, I don't see how you can fail, because it really, really changes your mindset and how you feel about cigarettes. And I think you could really apply the same strategies to stress or anything that comes in. As long as you think to yourself, why am I feeling this? It really helps.
Yeah, great advice. And what would be your advice to someone who's struggling to succeed?
You can do it. You can definitely do it. If I can, after all those years, you certainly can. And it was a thing that I thought I enjoyed. People used to say, "Do you want to give up smoking?" Like them, oh no, I enjoy it too much. And then changing your mindset, you realise you weren't enjoying it at all. Oh, and another thing that helped. When I did work, I used to be a woodwind teacher, and so I've always done the breathing. I think you must do that breathing as if you were smoking deeply from here, because that's a big difference. I think that's what a lot of people miss.
Yeah. So, because when you breathe deeply, this relaxes you. And when you smoke, you're actually breathing deeply. So you
Deeply.
think, yeah,
Yeah,
so you
you see,
think
a
the cigarette
lot of
helps.
you do breathe like that. So remember to do your breathing as well when you get a craving.
That's a great tip. So if you breathe deeply as if you were smoking a cigarette, you're gonna
Yeah,
feel relaxed. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a great tip. I hope everyone does this. It helps a lot.
Yes.
And thank you, Pauline. And you smoke 30 cigarettes a day, you told me. So it means that you probably woke up and smoke almost immediately, usually,
Oh,
right?
the first thing I did, went downstairs, got a coffee, let the girls out, had a cigarette. I couldn't function without a cigarette, or so I thought, straight away. And if I
Wow.
was out in the daytime, I had to have 4 cigarettes before I even set foot outside.
Wow.
Then, so virtually straight after each other. If I was going out at 10, I would have 4 coffees and 4 cigarettes.
And you went from 4 coffees and 4 cigarettes from the moment you woke up to
Not,
not realizing you don't enjoy it, not having withdrawals,
yeah,
managing your cravings perfectly.
yeah. It was like a miracle, really. And it's thanks to your course this year, I swear.
Well, thank you. But you did the work, which is fantastic, and it's so inspiring to see that uh, anyone can do it.
Yes, they
it.
can.
It doesn't matter if you smoke 10, 20, or 30 cigarettes. You can do it. It can
Yes,
happen.
yes, they can. Anybody can do it.
And so, do you have any tips for this morning cigarette on how people can enjoy their coffee or their morning without the cigarette?
Because you had to sort of wait an hour, didn't you? So I thought, right, I'll sit and have an hour again. Kept myself occupied, usually on my tablet or iPad, doing something with my fingers. So I was doing something, my game. So I did that first, waited an hour while doing that, and then had my first one. So that was a big leap. And virtually, that only took 2 days, 2 or 3 days. I got used to not lighting up straight away. And another good thing further into the course, when we had to smoke in a different area to what we usually do, that was a good thing, because I used to smoke either outside or sat on the sofa. It was a good thing to have to move somewhere else. That helped.
Where did you move? You usually smoked on the sofa. Where did you change?
just to the dining table, which was never used. So it was totally different. I thought, this is uncomfortable. I can't sit here for long. And it was cold.
That was the point.
Yeah.
But so it helped you break this routine of
Yeah.
sitting relaxing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for everything you shared, Pauline. Thank you so much for being open and sharing your journey, and of course for being an example that it can be done and that you can be a happy non-smoker no matter how much or how long you smoked for. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Nessie. Thank you. And you can do it, everyone. You can. And these girls, these little chihuahuas are agreeing.
Great. Great. And if you're here watching this video, leave a comment below and let Pauline and I know what you're taking away from her journey that can help you in yours. We're looking forward to reading your comments. Thank you all for being here. Have a great day and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.